Shannon Sharpe on Club Shay Shay was interviewing Mendeecees. Right now, Anton is not normally a type of guy that would want to talk about anything Mendeecees. Mendeecees is one of the dudes from the Love and Hip Hop. He was talking to that chick or whatever. But Mendeecees went and did some time. But Rita sent this to me and she was like, yo, it's an entire podcast over an hour long where Shannon Sharpe was having a conversation with Mendeecees and he said that he put his mother up as collateral in order to be able to get certain deals done within the drug game. Let me say that again. Dude said he put his mother up, at least that's what it says in the title, but I didn't want to go through and scrub the whole thing. So I did pull up a clip of something that I thought was interesting as far as the title was concerned. Let me speed it up a little bit because I want to actually, quality is fine. Go 1.5 speed. Let's get into the show. Shout out to Centennial G. I'm going to be reading Super Chat shortly.
What was the most money that you made in a deal?
In a deal? Profit? See, profit in one day, I think probably like 100 grand profit one day.
And you was like, okay, that's easy, fast money.
It was looking forward to the next day.
So,
right? So you make it and you don't get a chance to celebrate. You just happy you didn't get caught. So you just worrying about, okay, what I'm gonna do tomorrow.
So
think about that for a minute. He said he made 100. The most money he probably didn't made in one day from a profit perspective was 100,000. Now, think about this, ladies and gentlemen, and this is one of the reasons I'm going to tell you why I wanted to have this conversation with you today, all right? One of the reasons, shout out to Spaces, one of the reasons why I wanted to have this conversation with you guys today is because everybody is trying to take shortcuts. Everybody want to take a shortcut to success, right? I will tell you that I do not know not one person that's ever got into the game that did not suffer as a result of it, whether or not they went to jail, whether or not they got shot, somebody that they know got kidnapped. You know how I knew that I didn't want to be in a drug game? I'll tell you exactly how I knew. I knew I didn't want to be in a drug game because a lot of people are familiar. When I was younger, I used to sleep with like an M16 under my bed. It wasn't mine, but it was other people that would hide it under there in order to make sure that certain things played out. Listen, it was a little different in Detroit. I'm telling you that it was a little different in Detroit. And I've seen that M16 come out multiple different times for certain issues and certain reasons that need to be solved for. But one of the reasons why I knew that I couldn't ever be in a dope game, actually it was two reasons. The first reason was it just didn't seem lucrative. The amount of risk and the amount of time that they had to do if they was to ever get caught versus the amount of money that a lot of them dudes was making. I was thinking to myself, you could just go get a regular job. Listen, I wasn't the smartest knife in the toolbox or the sharpest knife in the toolbox. The one thing that I realized was it just didn't seem lucrative because it seemed like everybody that was doing it was getting football numbers, and then they was coming home and not even being able to get a job when they turned their life around. The short-term results didn't match up with the long-term sentences that was coming on with it. The other reason that I knew I didn't want to get into the game is because I realized, and this is what one of my OGs, I wouldn't even call him my OG, I would just say he was a dude that gave me the game that was heavy into the game and he was making a lot of money. He says, Anton, at some point you realize that you can't keep your hands clean. I said, what did that mean? He said, you're going to have to hurt somebody and make somebody an example because somebody is going to try to run off on a plug. Somebody going to try to punk you. And the minute that somebody does something to you, now you got to put your freedom on the line even more in order to make an example out of them to let people know that this can't happen or you can't do this, or you're going to have to suffer the consequences as a result of it. You're not going to run out on a plug. And I said, you know what? When I look at A, the amount of money that y'all making, B, the fact that I know that I'm not built for jail or prison, and then C, that I got to do something to somebody at some point, and I just can't do it from a business perspective because let me tell you, the regular corporate business game is already more cutthroat. YouTube is cutthroat. The regular corporate America is cutthroat. But if I gotta go and do something to somebody and kill somebody and make an example of somebody just because they ran off on me on some money, I'm out. I'm out. I don't want no parts of it. Let me go ahead and do my square life. It ain't nothing for it. I know you want to do it. I know you want to do it. I'm going to be the one statistic that make it out of the hood. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to buy my Lamborghini a little bit differently than y'all's. That's how I knew I didn't want to be in the game.
When you make, let's just say you made $100,000 profit. Did you think, man, I'm gonna go buy this? Let me go celebrate. I mean, did you buy anything with it? Did you get a chance to enjoy any of it?
Yeah, I got a chance. I bought a lot of cars. I took care of my peoples. We partied, we traveled, we lived life as to what we thought was living life. Right. You know, I look back on it now, it ain't shit.
Right.
But back then, coming from the projects, most people in the projects don't get a chance to. They never been on. It's some people I took on a plane for their first time, grown men.
Right.
So to be able to take
give them back
15 people on a plane and say, let's go to Miami for the weekend and put them all in rooms and have fun and do things. We was like little kids with money.
Right.
So
But think about it. I do that now. We can do that now. And we ain't never been to jail. We ain't never sold a drug. We ain't never got to look over our shoulder to realize of whether or not somebody is going to come for us. We ain't never got to worry about none of that. We can pay our taxes. We ain't got to worry about never sitting down and doing no time. It ain't no amount of time. I don't care if it's 10 hours or 10 days. It ain't no amount of time that you going to give me that can make me feel good about missing out on my daughter's life. Not 1 minute.
You know, that we call that at that time living life.
Right. Did you ever look over your shoulder? Did you find yourself constantly peeking out the window?
Yeah, listen, I had home invasions. I had attempt kidnaps. I had been through like so much that I was paranoid. Right. I had correction officers dress up like cops and act like they was serving a warrant.
Right.
Meanwhile, I see them stuffing bags and taking the money out the bags and stuffing in a bulletproof vest. And I remember my brother said they ain't cops, they robbing us. So in that instance. Just trust issues. I didn't trust no one.
Right.
I didn't know, like I had friends, watching friends kill friends, watching girls set guys up. It was a movie, a real movie.
Watching friends kill friends. I don't want to be no part of that game. Watching friends kill friends and then watching girls set guys up. Watching friends kill friends and then watching girls set guys up. I was at the bar the other day. Actually, it was last weekend. And I think it was the day that I had the Coogee sweater on. The last Coogee sweater last weekend. And I ran into my homie because I'm always out and about in the city. And so when you see me say what up, though, a lot of y'all run into me. I ran into some people at Fifth Tavern. Ran into some people at 11. Ran into some people at Greek Town last night for Tigers opening day. Shout out to y'all. What up, though? Say what up when you see me in the streets. I say what up to everybody. You might see me riding through in the Porsche. You might see me riding through in the Mercedes. I might even be low-key and undercover in my Hyundai Tucson because I don't even want to be known or seen at that particular time, depending on what it is that I'm trying to get myself into. But my point is, so I tap into we stop at the bar, and so I'm always sitting at the bar. I'm never in a booth. And my mans was sitting there, right? And I was actually telling this story the other day, and I was giving, me and Charleston and Dewberry, we was kicking it. Shout out to my dudes. And we kicking it, and so it's some girls at the bar, and so you just social. Everybody having a good time, everybody drinking, we kicking it. The whole vibes is kicking it and all of that, right? And so my mans, which I didn't come to the bar with him. I'm usually going out by myself or either I'm with Rita. But my mans, you know what I'm saying? He like, what up, Tyner? So we kicking it or whatever. And then, he talking to the girls or whatever. And so one of them like, yeah, I mean, who's who. When you around in the city, everybody knows somebody, or everybody is one or two people removed away from knowing who somebody else is in a general sense. In most instances, if you active and if you around, most people know who is who, right? And so, he like about to take her home or whatever. And so he like, yeah, whatever. I'm about to dip out. She rolling with me. Because apparently she had rolled with her homegirl. And so she like, yeah, I'm gonna roll with him or whatever. I said, all right, cool. I said, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to tap in with you tomorrow. He said, yeah, I'm about to take her home. And I said, wait. Hold on, homie. I said, let me kick it with my homie for a minute. So we go outside. We go and kick it. I said, what you about to do? He said, I'm about to take her home. I said, take her home where? To your home? He said, yeah, I'm about to take her to the crib. I said, nigga, you must have just got out of prison, or you must have just got out of a bad relationship and you just now hitting the streets or something. And he said, why you say that? I said, man, don't you know Because he a fresh dude. He fly. He had on his Gucci loafers and everything like that. He had on a Rolex just like me. I said, man, don't you know that that's the fastest way for you to get set up? You don't take no girl back to your house. Man, what's wrong with you? You about to take her back to find out where you live and you just met her tonight? Is you crazy? Is you smoking crack? Shout out to Lucky. I'm going to highlight the super chaps in a minute. Man, listen. For all of y'all dudes that's green, the fastest way to get a dude set up is not to plot on him, is not to stalk him, it's not to do nothing like that. All you got to do is put a bad chick in front of him and he going to drop every single thing that he thought that he knew about being cautious right out the window, because the only thing that he focused on is getting his dick wet. That is a fact. The fastest and the easiest way to get set up is to think that you macking on a chick at the bar. Is to think that she going home with you and you don't even, and she might be, but you fool, man. She know where you live at. She got air tags in your location. She can just drop the location, drop the pin to the homies. She gonna take note of what it is that where you live at. She gonna get you cool, and you never gonna know that she got you set up. She got you clocked. You never, ever, ever, ever in life ever take a woman that you just met back to your house. I know y'all think it's cool. I know you think it's sweet, but I'm telling you that some of y'all are green. You green out here. It's a dirty game. You think that these women got your best interest at heart? Okay. I'm reading Super Chat shortly.
Right. So how are your trust issues now? Do you still have trust issues?
So I still have them, but they're not as worse as it used to be because I'm not in that lifestyle no more. So it's like, if you want to stick me up, go to the bank and, just get them a letter and see how far that gets you. But the trust issues I have now is just, I'm still, doing okay for myself. So when you're doing okay, you experience everybody saying they love you, want to be around, call your phone, want help, want this, want that. And if you got a good heart, I'm gonna help someone.
Right.
But sometimes it's not always good. You gotta be careful who you help.
Right. Do you ever worry about your past? Anybody from your past running down on you? Do you think about that? Or are you so far removed from that?
I'm so far removed from that, but I feel, in my opinion, I did right by people.
Right.
If I did wrong, it's because you caused me to do wrong.
Right.
You forced my hand. You fucked up and you did some shit.
Right.
And you gotta eat that.
Right.
But I never. I'm not.
I
ain't a troublemaker. I like to get money, have fun at that time. I was with a.
That's the worst part about the whole life, though, right? Is that you can never just be able to go to sleep in peace. I know people that used to be in the life, and they haven't been in a life for over 20 years. Honestly, I know grown men that are in their 50s and their 60s. This is the honest to God truth. Never lie. I know grown men that was my OGs when we was coming up, that's in their 50s and 60s. And they said, yeah, man, me and my wife, and they've been married for 20 and 30 years and shit like that. Got kids that's grown almost in college and stuff like that. And they said, man, I was out there and I went into the grocery store and I seen a dude that I got into it with and I scrapped with and I beat up 25 years ago and I got scared. Think about this shit, y'all. Shout out to Lucky. They said, man, I got into it with that dude when I was 25, 20. And he said, man, I'm telling you, when he said, listen, I had to walk up to him and I said, yo, we good? And the dude was like, oh yeah, we good. I'm living a different type of life now. And he still don't even know. He had to go up to him and talk to him just to put his mind at ease because he had his wife in another aisle and he was going down to go get some cold cereal. 20, 30 years ago, he got into it with a dude and then they scrapped and then the dude said that he was going to come back and get him. And then he ran into the dude at the grocery store and they had to have a conversation to make sure that they was good. And he still don't even know whether or not the dude was good on him. Because you don't know people. You don't know what their vindictive motive is. You don't know nothing. You have no clue. And I can't live my life like that. I can't live my life like that. I can't live my life in a way in which I got to feel like I'm looking over my shoulder because I got into some shit that I wasn't supposed to be in 20 years ago, and that shit going to come back and haunt me one day when I'm sitting there green as ever, sitting in the movie theater with my wife, and the motherfucker noticed me walking in and I never seen him, and then he come in and blow my... Man, I ain't got time for that shit. I ain't got time for that, bro. Men that are 50 and 60 years old, grown children, turned their life over to God, and they sitting there in the grocery store worried about whether or not a dude that they got into it with, you know, a long time ago is still feeling some type of way about it. Man, fuck that. Y'all can have that. Y'all can have that. Listen, when you get older, that tough shit go out the window. I know a lot of y'all think that y'all tough, but let me tell you something. My goal in life is to go and get this fucking Lamborghini Ruvelto right there. You see it? I'm about to go order it today. I'm literally going to order it today. I want to drive this Lamborghini Ruvelto. I want to get a lot of pussy. I want to fuck on a lot of pussy. You know what I'm saying? I want to have sex forever. I want to get some head. I want to travel the fucking world. I want my daughter to do really, really well in order to make sure that she don't get no student debt going through college. And I want to grow old and be on the barbecue pit. And I want to be flipping the burgers and shit like that. Man, ain't nobody but trying to be out here beefing with y'all. Fuck y'all. Y'all can have all of that tough guy shit. Listen, that's 20, 30. I'm the type of nigga to apologize and I ain't even did nothing wrong. Just because. I ain't never even gonna see you again. Oh, okay, my bad, bro. I ain't even mean for you to step on my shoe. Man, fuck him. I'm about to be in Rome next week. We gonna be in the Santo Domingo. We going to Vegas and then we going straight to the Santo Domingo. I'm not even gonna be here for half. Listen, my live streams is not even gonna be in the United States of America or in Detroit for the next 3 weeks. I'm trying to get to a whole nother country. Fuck him. Oh man, you good? Oh man, you scuffed up my shoe. But no, man, don't even worry about it. It's just shoes. It's fucking shoes. It's shoes. They said, Anton, aren't you married? So what that mean? I can't get no pussy because I'm married? I like to have sex. I have sex almost every single day. That's a fact. I have sex almost every day. It's good for you. I have sex almost every day. Married people don't have sex no more? Y'all don't have sex because y'all married? What's wrong with y'all? Ain't that one of the reasons why you get married? It's so you ain't got to wear no rubber and you ain't got to worry about no diseases and stuff? Okay. I might be green. Let's continue. Let me go get it off this Lamborghini.
With the hip hop, at that time they said money, cars, clothes, and hoes, all a nigga knows.
Right.
That was our motto.
Right.
So the beefing and all that, now I had some people for that if you want that.
Right.
But I try to stay away from that because I always knew that once you start mixing the murders in, the feds ain't gonna let you get for so much money. They gotta come.
Right. They're gonna let
they're not gonna do that.
So what is it about that lifestyle, that culture, that seems to be embraced so much by us that ever since the movie started? Yeah, hip hop. But I'm saying ever since, like you mentioned Nicky Barnes and you mentioned
American Frank Lucas.
Yeah, Frank Lucas. And in '83 when Scarface came, everybody had to post it. Everybody watching that movie. And you get Chapo and you get Noriega and you get
I think people are intrigued by the underdog, right?
Mm-hmm.
The people that come from nothing, from poverty, from just the worst circumstances as you can think of.
Right.
And once you see them take nothing and turn it into something and get that level of success,
Right.
they become a hero.
Right.
So it's just like people go to Africa, steal gold and diamonds. You steal a little bit, they call you a thief. You steal a lot, they call you a king.
Right.
So it's the same concept. We just not talking diamonds and gold.
Right.
I can't live like this.